James, looking ahead, and you mentioned it a little bit here, Florida State hasn't won a season opener since 2016 against Ole Miss. It was our last season opening win. And since then, it's been opening with Alabama, opening with Virginia Tech, opening with Boise State, opening with Notre Dame last year. How confident are you that Florida State, by opening with Duquesne, that's a smart move? Because I firmly believe that if Florida State opens last year with Jacksonville State, then plays Notre Dame, Florida State at least wins one, maybe possibly wins both those games at that point. How much more confident are you at this point, knowing that Florida State will open with, I hate to say it, I hate to sound like I'm cocky here, but opening with an easier opponent to start the season?
I mean, I think it's idiotic to open up with a team that's on your level or better than you. I don't think there's anything to gain from that besides a check, which is part of why I don't feel bad for college football or like hearing the tears that people cry about athletes making money. All that is a check. It does absolutely nothing for you. You need a tune-up game, like it's like if you went all spring ball and then you walked right into a game against you just did spring ball and then your next game was Notre Dame. I mean, excuse me, LSU. That makes absolutely no sense. Like you're hitting people that you like, and you're tired of hitting them. You're tired of 15 practices. You get more practices in the fall at fall camp, and you got a summer. You got all this stuff. People talking trash. It's the anticipation. You want to go ahead and get it over with, and then it's like once you play that game and you play it at such a high level, and then like there's nothing for you to look forward to against Jacksonville State, which is part of the reason why you had such a letdown is because they're nowhere near as talented as Notre Dame. They can't be. They don't have the depth. So when you play whoever these sisters of the poor are, the only hopes that you have is that your players show you that they finally have this killer instinct, this killer mentality, that they go out and they finish the food on their plate and they ask for seconds and thirds. And you got to pull them back because their little brothers want to come in too. And that lets you know the mentality or the culture of the team has changed. Like if they're not up 21 on Duquesne by the middle of the second quarter, we got some issues. And because if they are, that means they've executed. I'm using that as a low number, but if they are, that means they've executed properly. They've gone out there and posed their will, and now you're not showing a lot on film. You're going and putting other stuff out there, letting your twos and your threes work, which gets them better. I joke with my son's flag football team. I was like, we got five. I got my son, his best friend Charles, his boy Mason, and Bodie are cats. Them cats good. I tell them it's their job for us to go ahead and mercy rule this team early so that the other kids can get better. If they don't go out here and score these three touchdowns like we're supposed to and get these three stops, they haven't done their service and duty as leaders to make the rest of the team better. And that's what Florida State used to be. That's the mindset that I was birthed into. Whoop they behind so that other people could get in the game. Part of it was too, I wanted to figure out which girls we were going to talk to after the game. But it's easier to do that when you got a quarter to play it. Like these guys don't know what that's like, so I need them to learn that. But now you got the itch, the vibe out of the way. Now you go out here and you play LSU, and you ready to come out. You ready to come and battle and squabble a little bit. The tune-up, even in boxing, boxers always have that tune-up fight before they go and fight the big dog. And that's kind of what you got to. That's what I think that week one game needs to be.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to be in Baton Rouge. I'm excited. Well, not really Baton Rouge, but New Orleans.
New Orleans. So
I was gonna say it's the same thing. Same thing. I'm excited to be over there, but it's really we're at the biggest thing is just like pacing ourselves throughout that entire weekend, making sure that we're being professional and staying true to our word on what we need to do as a credential. Now, a credential, that's weird to say, but as a credential outlet, got to kind of act professional, but we still got to have fun because we can't be just, sitting on a keyboard all weekend long and New Orleans. That's not going to be allowed at Noel Game Day. We're gonna enjoy ourselves and have a good time, but that's going to be the biggest problem is pacing ourselves.
NBC6 is credentialing me. I will be a credentialed member of the media. I will be respectful of the process. You can go get buck wild if you want to. I will be the grown adult amongst us.